That's crazy. Okay, guys.
Thank you.
Waffle House.
Oh, well, yeah. That started right there.
This is Ryan Monso, and this is Cats. That's Galen Robinson. That's Brad Town. And we're all about Star Pizza here, but we're going to talk a little Waffle House tonight. Galen's in a good, happy mood. Guys, what did you think about what you saw tonight?
I thought I feel like we came out playing hard. We came out guns blazing. But when you're hot, you're gonna eventually cool off. But I
Boy,
like that our attention to detail defensively. I feel like it, even though other teams may have success, I feel like it never wavers. So I like that our team, our identity is rooted in our defense, whereas other teams, a lot of times, their identity is rooted in their offense, and that can cause all sorts of problems because every night you can't depend on making shots.
Brad?
I thought it was a good lesson. We got up early, and it looked like we took the foot off the gas a little bit, thinking it was going to be kind of an easy ride, and then we started missing, and then they did a really good job of speeding us up like we normally do with other people. And they did it the exact same way that we do it. They attacked the pick and roll, and they attacked the ball down in the post with two people. Then they started running people at us, and kind of caught us on our heels a little bit. So it's kind of like in a fight when you get out ahead of somebody, and then all of a sudden you get cracked a few times and realize, oh shit, okay, I'm gonna have to fight a little bit.
And then fight too.
they came out of the locker room and they started the exact same. I think we hit 6 or 7 coming out in the second half, and then just didn't let up. And that's all she wrote.
Kelvin left the first half after they hit that bucket with 0.9 seconds, and he just went to the locker room. And I can't imagine, Galen, you've been in this situation. He was not happy, right?
Really? No shit.
I told you I was dumb.
Yeah, I mean, fouling somebody at with damn near 0.3 seconds to go, let alone letting him go from
baseline to
inline.
Yeah,
that's something that you can't let happen. And I'm sure those guys, I'm sure they heard about it in a very uninviting fashion.
and they will hear about it a little more tomorrow, I'm guessing.
Yeah.
They would probably want an off day tomorrow worse than anything. But yeah, how about that? Okay,
I mean,
that's not what we wanted.
Isn't that pretty much what Coach was concerned with? Is just a letdown after
maturity game is what he called it.
Yeah,
and
they were falling into that trap for about 14 minutes in the first half.
Yeah.
Well, you went 6-6 to start the game.
Yeah,
and TCU, their first 3 possessions, they turned the ball over
the first 3.
We came out guns blazing, but this is the same team that like last year we beat them by a game winner. So Jamie Dixon, is that right? That's right. They beat us by okay, yeah. But Jamie Dixon, he's a hell of a coach, so that he's gonna have his guys ready. And like Coach Sampson, he always says, like, we're the hunted now. Teams are looking forward to playing us. They have us circled on their schedule. Their schedule is an interstate type of game, so it's like a lot of people want our head, so it's like we got to come out every night and give our best effort.
Mhm.
A couple things on that. Shout out Dana Holgerson. In men's basketball and football, U of H is 3-1 against TCU. The only time they lost was Dana Holgerson. So shout out Dana. And then here's a number. I went back in conference games in this building. U of H is 53-3.
That's crazy.
You lost the first one
Yeah.
to
Thanks.
UCF with game day here.
Yeah.
They lost one to Temple by a point. I think UCF was by a point
Yeah.
or a couple. And no, UCF was by 5. They lost to Memphis by a point and Temple by a point. So you're 2 points away from being 55-1 in this building in your conferences, the American and Big 12. This is your 11th straight regular season Big 12 win. I don't think anybody thought you were going to be doing that.
No.
It gets tougher. The next couple weeks, you've got those 3 Saturday road games. You go to Bramlage in Manhattan this week. That'll be a war. Even though that team hasn't played great, that crowd will be ready. I'm very much looking forward to that. I am not looking forward. It was -7 this morning in Manhattan, and I don't need any part of that. But thankfully, it'll be a little warmer when we get there.
That's crazy.
I think Qantas was kind of making fun of me today. We were sitting on the floor before players came out to warm up, and he's like, "So when you flying? You got to go to Dallas?" Oh,
When you
and,
flying,
yeah,
baby. When you flying,
yeah.
baby.
When you fly, yeah.
Yeah, Ryan, baby,
And I
dog.
think he
When you
was,
flying.
and I was like, the airport's kind of small. And he's like, "Oh, I've never been in." Like, "Oh yeah, you've only chartered. Got it. Forget. Excuse me." Uh,
Airport, baby. We fly private, baby. I don't know about no airport.
that's kind of how it went.
Airport. What's that?
Galen, who was
Ryan.
the MVP tonight?
I'd have to give it to Malik, man. Our top,
Galen,
our what?
you're a genius.
Yeah, I'd like to think so. But he just kind of, like they said on the broadcast, man. He just does what he does. He's the type of guy. He might have a smaller margin for error, but he defensively, he always, if a guy scores on him, is always over a very high contested hand. He just always seems to be in the right place at the right time, and you can tell he's kind of getting into more of an offensive groove. And he does a good job of good to great passes, finding our shooters, getting in the paint. So yeah, I'm gonna have to give that to Malik.
I completely agree with that. He had an offensive rebound today, which he doesn't get many of those. And he also had he was driving and he dished it out to LJ at the top of
Hmm.
the arc, and LJ buried it. He got an assist on a play where he went in the paint, and that just does not happen. I think Malik is playing as well as anybody on this
Hmm.
team, and that's with Emmanuel Sharp going crazy. Uh, Milos has had a couple of good games in a row, but I just am so impressed with Malik. And, it does not come easy to him.
Yeah.
Shooting the ball, all the athletic stuff comes easy, but shooting the ball does not. And you can watch 20 shots of his and see 20 different release points. But he's getting better. He's actually up on the podium right now with Kelvin and Emmanuel. They just sat down, and that's good. He needs to be there because I think he was the guy tonight.
Yeah, kid's a gamer, and it's like the thing about Malik is, he might not be the guy that might get you 20, 30 points, but you're gonna get the same defensive effort from him every night. He's very steady. He knows who he is. He knows his strength is in that mid range, that 1-2 triple pull up. So yeah, but that's just that's a veteran guy right there for you.
Brad, anything on you?
Yeah, the one thing that really I thought he did such a great job of tonight is in the first half we were struggling with the passing the ball around the perimeter and not being able to get inside other than a pass to Juwan, and they were doing a good job of doing that. But our guards weren't able to take anybody off the dribble. In the second half, Malik did a really good job, excuse me, of getting past his man. Now, whenever you take it to the basket, you don't have to get to the rim every time. But if you can get your shoulder past the defender, that forces the other defenders to move, to make it adjust to you.
To at least react, and that little split second of them reacting gives whoever they're guarding, like let's say for LJ, while the man that's guarding him is reacting, LJ can just slide and he has a wide open look. And you wonder how, or Emmanuel, it's like you wonder how a guy that's shooting 50%, how the hell is he open?
Yep.
Yeah.
It's crazy, but that's just that's just ball instincts.
Yeah, and he was great. He was able to create little pockets to loosen things up, and then all of a sudden, instead of them being able to play 5-on-5, you force them to play 2-on-1 out of position, and then all of a sudden, their defense they might try to play like us, but they don't. Yeah. They don't do it as well as we do. In the fact that our guys know where each other are at all times.
Yeah, I mean that could also be a product of that team having I think they said they have 10 newcomers, but I think our best playmaker, just in terms of just getting guys open looks, I feel like it might be Jaywan. He's kind of poised in that low block, and he kind of invites the double team. Like he kind of knows what he's looking for, and he knows what's going to be open. And I remember it was one possession in the first half where JoJo tried to do it and he turned it over. And it just like it's like Jaywan, he makes it look a lot easier than what it is. I think he started out the game with like 2 assists, if I'm not mistaken, but he's very comfortable making decisions and like making good passes to the opposite side of the court.
Right. I'll tell you about Malik. He's gone from a guy that you put in to give your point guard a break or to relieve him from relieve him from foul trouble, to a guy who you want to put in to make things happen. To give a different look. It's not you're no longer putting him in because you have to. You're putting him in because he can actually bring something that you might not be getting at this moment. Mm-hmm. So I mean, it's a great thing to watch because how far this guy's come. It doesn't just happen by existing, and he's put the work in, and it really starts to show. And I can't help but think, man, the further we move down the line, and the more familiar he becomes with this, and then the more confidence he gains, she's going to get better and better because he's always had that athletic ability. But now he's got enough time in the gym on working on his game to develop the skills, and all of a sudden he gets a little bit of confidence. Then he turns into a whole different problem.
Yeah, for sure.
Those are good comments, Brad. Way to go. I'm impressed. Let's take a step back. Star Pizza. The good people at Star Pizza, look at this. This is a keto pizza that Jamie Hollingsworth had today. He said he was, I think it's keto free or
keto.
Well, whatever. Shut the fuck up. Keto free.
Man, I thought you said something completely different. I'm like,
facts.
What?
I thought you said a ghetto
pizza. That don't look like no cheese pizza.
Yes. Here's the ghetto pizza. No comments on that. You can tell that I've never eaten keto because I don't even know how to say it. But Jamie is got his New Year's resolution, so he tried that. Liked it. Not doing that here. Brad and I are going to go over there Thursday. Brad doesn't know this yet. We're going to go over there Thursday and have lunch and check that out. Just as an update, we do have one person watching on Facebook. Thank you so much. And if anybody else wants to get on Facebook, feel free. Brad,
Facebook gang, rise up.
Explain this to me because I don't get it. What does that mean?
Oh,
That means that was them coming out of halftime. But what that means, people who've ever played video games know that you're sitting back in your chair, you just kind of messing around. But then when it gets real, all of a sudden everybody just they're leaning forward in the chair, getting after it.
Yeah, Ryan, you
all of a sudden
the
Tecmo Bowl gets serious.
Well, I've got such bad posture that it's always that front.
I was about to say, if you needed a better analogy, like the person that was like sitting back, laid back, that was I don't know, what was this? What year did the Cavs come back from a 3-1 against the Warriors? That was like maybe 2016.
Yeah, there you go.
So when they were down 3-1, that was them laying back. When they came back, that was them sitting forward. It was like, all right, we done playing with y'all, motherfuckers. Let's get real.
Okay. Whatever.
Ryan's
really not up on a lot of top
Ryan, or anything. For someone who exists on social media, you sure do live under a rock.
It's hard to know less pop culture.
I don't know what that means, but that's a cool picture.
Yeah, hey, look at that. I send him to Towns, and if he laughs, then I go research it to see if I need to learn about that particular thing. If he doesn't respond, then
then he forwards it to his friends.
Yeah.
I'm cool.
No, nobody is making that claim at all, ever.
Like the Steve Buscemi. Hey there, young people.
How do you do, fellow kids? See, I know that one.
There you go.
That's me. Galen, here's a question for you. These offensive droughts have been a problem for 8 years or more. Is it a product of the energy needed on D that hurts offensive consistency? Uh-oh.
Okay. So how many points did we score tonight?
65.
65. That's about average, right?
Less.
It's less than average. Okay. Well, what's an average defense hold a team to?
Not 46.
So they kind of said that thing at during the halftime. It was like, I think it was 22 to 29, and they were like the finals. They're on pace to score 50, 58. That would mean that TCU is on pace to score 44. That sounds like us winning by 14. Where's the problem? I have a hard time. 65 points, winning by 19. What about the team that lost by 19? You're gonna have droughts as a part of the game, but even last year we had the first team All-American point guard. We still had droughts. It's part of it. Happens. It's college basketball. It's gonna happen. Teams are gonna make adjustments, but you have to withstand those. And it's just like we've been doing a pretty good job of withstanding, given our home record, and let alone us winning the Big 12 last year and all of our success that we've had. So it's like I don't know what like people expect.
Galen, I didn't listen to a word of that, but this is really good lighting for you.
All right.
I mean, this is pretty good lighting.
That's super lighting. That lighting's fantastic.
Okay, don't be an asshole. Nobody likes jerks.
Well, I mean, that's kind of what we do. I mean, we go on runs. Other teams are always going to make a run. I mean, if you notice,
their run is going to be smaller though. Like,
right,
it's a game of runs.
I mean, we're going to go on a 16-4 run, and shut your lights out, and that's just kind of the way it happens. I think for years we've been either in the top 5 or leading the country in kill shots.
Yes.
Defensively, I think Fran mentioned tonight towards the end, we've held. This is like our 8th eighth game or something like that of holding somebody below 55 points, and we've already held the Big 12 record of holding people below 55 points. And they're like, well, it's going to be another one tonight.
Coach Sampson, he has this saying, and it's like, son, Miss America's walking by, and you're worried about the butt. Damn, Ryan, hold on, let me get this out. Son, Miss America's walking by, and you're worried about the bunion on her foot. We beat a Big 12 team by 20 points.
On an off night.
Literally on a, like, it's but I'm just curious, like, what would suffice? Like, what should it look like? Should we shoot 60% from the field every night? Like,
yes.
What is we shot like it was close to 50 tonight, was it not?
48.
Yeah, it's 26 to 54.
So close to 50%. That's
you held TCU to 4 assists on 20 buckets. That's hard to do. They had 19 turnovers, by the way. 20 buckets, 19 turnovers. I mean, Kelvin said this to us last week, that there's a lot of unemployed coaches that coach pretty offense, but you don't see a lot of unemployed coaches that coach really good defense. And, he's decided in his career that he's going to be really good at defense. Okay. Well, he's won the conference title 7 years in a row.
He told us a million reasons why. It's because defense doesn't go cold.
Yeah, and he's going to have a job.
And he's going to have it. He's going to have a nice Hall of Fame jacket.
Right. Yeah. I mean, it's man. Which one do you want? Like,
I tell you what, I was really impressed with their guard Noah Reynolds. 21.
Yeah.
Jamie told us about him, head of the snake. The first head of the snake that I can remember since Jamie's been doing this, it really put it to U of H that they were not able to stop him.
And
nobody else did anything, but
he made some shots that I was like, what the hell did that come from?
Driving right, contested with the left. I was like, you just got to live with that. Sometimes you just got to tip your hat. Good offense beats good defense, for sure. But over the course of a game, that good defense is hard to make hard shots consistently on a night-to-night basis.
And that's what Jamie told you, is that he's left-hand dominant. He always goes to the left hand. He'll try to go to his right, but he'll still use the left hand. He's going to always
finish, yeah.
And, you put him in the positions you wanted to, and he didn't make anything happen. Virtually all of his misses were threes. He was 0 of 5 on threes, 9 of 16 total. I think you'll live with that. But going back to the offense, you're 18-3 in the Big 12 in 2 seasons. Nobody thought you were going 18-3. Nobody. Kelvin did not think you were going 15-3 or 18-3. At some point, you take the wins and you keep building.
What's crazy? Yeah, he didn't think they were going to go 18-3. He probably thought 21-0.
Do you really believe he thought that?
Ryan,
bro.
Listen, I meant that with all my comrade. That is something's wrong with him. Like he doesn't think there's a game that shouldn't be like. That's his mindset. We can beat anybody, and I expect to beat anybody. So he probably he didn't expect to go 18. He expected to go 21-0.
Well, and that's just pulling out pieces of conversations you've heard from him over the years. He literally believes, and I believe it too, that it has nothing to do with your opponent. It has everything to do with how you play. And he expects his team to come out and do what they do. And if they do that and they do it right, then it doesn't matter who they play, they will win. That's it.
What's crazy is like our defensive system is so dominant that everybody knows what we're going to do. and we're not gonna change. So it's like, beat it. I bet you ain't gonna beat it. Like that's the mindset going into games. Like that's how strong our defensive system, and that is actually kind of crazy if you think about it. Like everybody in the world knows what you're gonna do, and you can't figure it out.
Well,
like it's just it's hard to beat.
When we talk about it's hard to prepare for, opponents have the same problem that a lot of the fans do in not being able to appreciate the intensity and how this defense actually looks. Because if you see them from the floor,
it looks easy.
You see them from the floor, you start to understand. When you see them up top, it's like, oh, okay, I know this guy's coming, this guy's coming. How could you not see that? But when you're down there on the floor, all you see is a guy in your face, and you can't see around him. And when you look around somebody, or you're trying to move, all you see is arms. And so a lane that might be wide open looks about that far. That you've got about that much to be able to thread it through.
And like, let's put that into perspective. Like the first 2 possessions, they had 3 turnovers. You got E-Man, LJ banging threes, and it's just like, oh shit! Like the game just it seems so fast, and it's just like what may look like it may look easy watching it from afar, but when you're on that court, I'm telling you, it is 100% different. 100% different. Very fast.
It's it kind of gives you a little panic feeling.
Literally, like shit, I got to do something. I can't
and
just sit here.
Then you realize once you've picked up the ball and you got 2 guys in your face, you're about to run out of time. So it's either throw it and hope somebody catches it, like BYU did. They threw it from one side of the court to the 4th row, or just hope and pray somebody doesn't pick it off and run it down for a dunk. Because that panic is real, and you see teams react to it. I think TCU.
Well, TCU decided to hold on to the ball for 29 and a half seconds and then see if they could get that shot off.
They were okay early on, but I think their counterpoint versus us was just to attack back, and that's the only thing you can do. I mean, if you're a big underdog and you're fighting a big time puncher, you might as well take some shots before you get knocked out.
Got to. You can't. One thing, you can't give guys too much respect. It's like, and one thing about like what Coach always says, whenever we may have offensive droughts and such, is like teams are going to play their best against us, but the team we're playing, he's like, those guys are on scholarship too. Like those coaches were hired, and those coaches devised the game plan that they believe in. Like they're trying to win as well. Like you got to take that into consideration. It's not like we're Houston, let us whoop your ass. Like no, they're going to try to win. So that's how it goes.
Mm-hmm.
Brad, look at some comments.
Okay, I looked at them.
Bradley.
Okay, good job. Galen is putting the quotes out tonight.
Here we go. I think it's a good one. Moving Robert's action from the base to the top of the key was the key difference. I 100% agree with that. Because he pulled the defenders with him, and then whenever he got loose, he was able to hit a couple of mid range that actually looked like he knew what he was doing. Who knew? But that was a nice. I like that. It was a nice adjustment to see that we weren't just content with trying to do better at the things that we were doing. We were willing to give a different look, and so that was nice to see. Our home court advantage needs all seats occupied at the start of the game and start cheering before our Cougs make a good play. The first point, there's nothing you're ever going to be able to do about that. That's just the way it is. It's like telling people at LA to get there before the fifth inning in a baseball game or before the first quarter of any game. It just don't happen.
Well, I think people are here, but everybody believes that you can exit the freeway and be in your seat in 5 minutes. And
right.
That's not happening. And
yeah, I mean, we'll have a sold out, or I mean, even Kansas last year, it took a while for people to file in.
Yeah. And that was a day game on a Saturday.
As
It is
far
what
as
it is.
as far as having people fired up and cheering early, yeah, that would be great. I think it'll
Great.
pick up whenever school's back in and we have a full accompaniment of students. But we're good. Let's see here.
Let's keep winning.
That's a good idea.
Let's see here.
Oh, sorry, Brad. I'm just going to take over. LJ's defense is becoming elite, accurate. Ryan's
great
lighting
feed.
needs some help. Inaccurate. My lighting is better than. I just got red skin and graying hair.
My skin is golden.
Yes, we do not have the same life issues. Nothing sexy tonight, just another Cougar win. 11th game out of 14, holding an opponent under 55. If I had to guess, the 3 that you didn't do that, you lost.
Nah, so it ain't good.
Auburn,
man.
Alabama, San Diego State.
That's ass because we should have scored 100 points. Fuck stopping the team. We need to score 110 points every game.
Yeah, I mean we could play it like who was that this weekend that did that?
Florida and Kentucky.
Yeah.
No,
106 points. I mean, don't get me wrong, as a neutral, I love watching that because it's just insane, especially today's game. But they ain't playing no defense, and
ain't playing. No,
I want my team to win.
100. That's 206 points in a 40. Well, it went in overtime, so 45. That's crazy. That's crazy.
Malik has been on fire these last 2 games. He's turned into a complete beast. Accurate. From Joseph Duarte, Go Cougs intern. TCU's Noah Reynolds says they are the best defensive team in the country. They just don't make mistakes. Accurate. West Virginia is offering.
That's a smart dude right there.
But
dude who lit you up to 19.
Yeah, but even the shots he was making, they were some tough, unorthodox.
He had to
makes.
work for him.
He had to definitely manufacture. He chunked up a few prayers, and it's just like shit. They was answered, but those are not easy baskets to make.
Nah, he hits those. It's like, well, tip your hat and let's
live
get back
with,
at it.
You got to live with that for sure.
It's when you come down the next possession, you say, "Hey man, good shot."
West Virginia is offering 9 inches of snow is $9 off tomorrow's tickets. I guess that's 9 inches, 9 feet. 9 feet would probably be a problem.
Great observation.
Thank you. Malik was an animal against BYU. The fan base complains about Wilson, but he does things to help us win, and CKS loves players that do that. He likes winners. He likes people that you don't have an answer for.
What's the complaint about Malik?
People don't like his shot. They think it's pretty ugly.
Okay, and
when it doesn't go in, that's fine. But they're going in right now.
See, that's the thing. That's the thing is when you look at the teams that Kelvin puts together, he's not looking to put together 12 of the exact same
guys. That doesn't make a team.
It's like different tools. Malik is a different kind of tool. So you use him. I mean, you're not going to try to pick a lock with a shovel, right? So you got Malik to do that. Yeah. I mean, I would probably try that, but then that's why I'm sitting here.
Yeah. Malik seems to be a bit of a spark plug this season. I think he's a lot of a spark plug this season. Love to see him always hustling out there.
I really feel like he was like that last season. There was a lot of big games that we won that he made very big plays in very key moments. Yeah, it's like I don't see what's the new surprise. Like, is this like recency or this is interesting?
I'm going to say.
Am I tripping?
No, you're right.
Cool, man.
It's because 2 years ago. 2 years ago, the guys on the team would kind of joke and make fun of Malik's shot, but they haven't done that last year and this year, and it's because that respect has grown because of what he's able to do and what he does for this team.
Mhm.
And I think it's maybe not the best way to, analyze it, but I've seen a difference in how those guys react to him. And I think that if you get the respect of your teammates because of your athletic ability and your hustle and your competitiveness, I think that's a pretty big deal.
I think the difference between Malik and the last and since last year really is it's just a better shot, a more consistent shot, but confidence, just a lot more confidence. He
A lot of
doesn't look.
confidence.
I mean, he. Remember, we spent a lot of time talking about him and Damian Dunn, both looking like they really, if they could just feel, if they could just trust their game, then they would be completely different players. Well, Malik looks like he's trusting his game, and he's playing like that. He's not having to think. He's just letting the game go.
And I think he started that in the second half of last year's Big 12 schedule.
Yeah.
Damian Dunn never got there.
Yeah.
Right.
And that's the difference.
Malik was able to be himself at the Big 12 level, at the Big 12 level, whereas like Damian, I don't think at this program, I don't think he was able to figure that out.
He never got comfortable.
He's a good player. He's doing his thing at he was before he got hurt at Pitt, but yeah, Malik was able to figure it out and contribute to, on a consistent basis us winning.
This team needed some consistency when Uzan is on the bench. Malik is growing into that role. I agree with that. Basketball is not a beauty contest. Talking about the offense, I think folks are talking about us going 6 of 6 and then 6 of 23. We switched Roberts' action and got a nice scoring pace going.
That's called an adjustment.
Yeah, and adjustments are good. I think sometimes that's what you want your team to have is adjustments. Excuse me, just a thought. Yeah. Patrick, love you. Maybe shorter comments. There was only a day's rest between this game and Saturday's game against BYU. Some leg issues, understandably. The defensive focus to not allow as much dribble drive penetration in the second half was nice as I can't read the rest of this. I'm impressed with the length of TCU and how it caused us some problems at times throughout the game. I agree with Galen. He won't say it publicly, but I completely believe that he expects us to win every game. I mean,
I know that was a secret. I thought everybody knew that. Y'all heard him talk. Shit. Something's wrong with Coach.
Terrence played a little shy tonight. He's awesome at the mid-range, passed out a lot of good shots. Maybe. He didn't have his best game.
Yeah.
But
he just looked like he wasn't in attack mode. And it's crazy how noticeable it is whenever you're one of those guys who people think highly of, and when you're not in that mindset, it's noticeable. It's kind of like the same thing with Los. It's like we think so highly of you and your abilities that whenever you're not in that mode, it kind of really affects our team. So it's like, as Coach Sampson would say, TRs, he was in the witness protection program. We couldn't find him, but he's the kid that has a lot of pride. So I'm sure he knows what his mindset was, and the next game, we're probably going to see the Terrence that we think so highly of.
I'm just looking at comments. It's tough getting to the arena from the suburbs on a weeknight. It doesn't matter what time the game starts. It's Houston traffic. It's always bad. It's going to get worse when they start redoing 45 there. And you're right.
They're doing 45 again?
It's going to be a 20-year thing. They've been talking about this for 5 or 8 years.
Dude, I still have PTSD from the Pierce Elevated. And that's
it's going to be
30
gone.
Years ago.
It's going to be gone. There's going to be no Pierce Elevated.
They're getting rid of it?
Yeah. I really like
Seriously.
that we're doing traffic talk. I think that's really entertaining. I can see the viewership going crazy. We have two
Sorry
people
about
watching
that,
on
Jerry.
Facebook. Yeah,
See, that
Jerry.
brings that talk about traffic. That brings all the Facebook folk in here.
Yeah.
We get into some weather and it's going to be full.
Yeah. I mean, you get us on next door and we are going to be killing it.
Start talking about weather and talking about Waffle House. Facebook's coming.
But you're right. Getting to the arena from the suburbs during the week, it doesn't matter. And then, like an 8 o'clock game, everybody thinks I can go home first and then come to the arena, and you're dealing with the same stuff. I don't know the right way to how to fix that, but
I'm in the Heights, and it still takes me 30, 45 minutes to get over there.
it really. I mean, I live 2 miles from here, and it's 15 to 18 minutes for me. And
you're literally like one shot right down the road.
Well, but 43 red lights.
True.
I like how number 13 for TCU kept helping our players up. Cool shit, not gonna lie.
It's called respect. Better fucking help us up, cuz.
How would you rate TCU's David Punch the Afro?
Yeah.
So he came out pregame, and I was like, "Holy shit! Look at that!"
Bro, shit
and
was
Jamie
stellar.
was sitting up here, and he said, "That guy is 6'2", but he's 6'9" with the hair.
Bro, shit is stellar for sure.
On the broadcast, they busted out a Fletch reference.
Oh boy.
Yeah.
Galen has no clue. See, here's some pop culture I
heard him say it, but I have no idea.
He's 6'7" with a 6'9" with the afro.
Yeah.
I don't know who Fletch is.
Fletch. See, I know the pop culture. It may be from 40 years ago, but I know it.
Now you get you on talking about some deep South wrestling, then that's a totally different story.
Accurate.
The funny thing is that I sit there and I watch these games, and kids are going to do what they're going to do, but it does my heart good knowing that one day when they're in their 30s, 40s, their kids are going to go back and they're going to show their kids all their college stuff, and the kids are going to go,
Afro.
What the fuck was wrong with your hair? Same thing when I'm talking with my dad. My dad literally in high school was the buzz cut in, just high and tight. And then next thing you know, it's long in the 70s and then perm in the 80s.
Did you follow those footsteps, Towns?
No. My hair looked pretty much the same.
I would pay for Towns to have a white guy Jerry curl. That would be amazing.
I never even had a mullet like Ryan.
Quantis and Hollis are walking out. Quantis has 4 Frenchies boxes. Hollis has 2.
That always makes me jealous, dude.
I mean, Quantis is always getting the handful. That's smart. That's planning. He's probably going to come up here and talk shit to me about his private jets. I live in Garden Oaks, and it took me 25 minutes to Fertitta Center and 15 minutes home today. False traffic narratives. Big Jack says he never had a perm in the 80s. That is nice to know, Jack.
Salute to you, Big Jack.
People got kits. Let me try again. Kids,
damn,
pets.
Ryan. Shit. Cats and pids.
It's 11 o'clock. I'm old. Kids, pets, other obligations. Takes me an hour from Texas City. I did not go tonight. Okay.
For sure.
That story got a little different.
That makes sense.
How do you think Roberts
is not a false narrative? And now back to Ryan for the Frenchies update.
I had Frenchies tonight before. Well, not tonight, but 3 o'clock.
Ryan, I feel like you eat pretty shitty, and it not to reflect in how you look, even though you don't look good, but you're not a slob.
I'm pretty good. Nipples up. It's just nipples down is where it gets a little weird.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Some good shit, man.
So a lot of obligations. I understand. Here's an unusual stat for the night. JoJo only had 2 fouls. That's true. He played 24 minutes, only 2 fouls.
They
More
only called
importantly,
2.
our friend Ernest Uday, who it feels like U of H played like 30 times, was 0 for 0, 0 for 0 at the line, had 4 rebounds, 3 personal fouls, 2 turnovers.
One of us.
I mean, that is, but he is a 270-pound man and didn't do anything. JoJo's poor kids when they see his sideburns in 20 years. So I talked to somebody on staff about this before the game. We were talking about David Punch's hair.
Otis Williams in the distance.
And I asked him about these sideburns, and this staff member said, "Oh, he's trying to get them to connect and look all cool." And I'm like, "Those things are never going to connect.
It doesn't
That's
matter.
never happened."
They still look cool, man. I always remember seeing those like ABA basketball cards growing up, and just dudes with freaking choppers are awesome.
Look like
right, but
beef.
they go from hair down, not just random in the middle of the face.
They went just like that, right? Just right there.
But his don't connect is I think the issue.
He's still young. He's still young.
He's still young. He could.
That's why you gotta trim it until it's. You gotta keep cutting it until it. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
Yeah.
It takes a while.
That's what I did. And when it finally grew in, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna rock with this.
Yeah. And I mean, you got the good lighting. You got the hair. Galen, while we're talking, where is our update on how things are going?
How about this? I'm submitting the order today. And how many people we got watching?
350 or so.
So everybody.
I don't know why that matters.
Everybody who's I'm about to tell you why, brother. Everybody who's watching. What's going on in the hallway? Anyway, everybody who's watching, go to onesubstantial.com, enter the discount code GoCougs at checkout, and you will receive a huge discount on whatever you decide to order. Shout out to y'all.
What's the discount?
It's called Go. It's Go Cougs. It's Go Cougs.
Right, but what? How much money are we talking?
You got to go see.
You got to go see.
That's point of the.
Come on, Ryan. Get a clue, brother. Damn.
Give it up. Secret.
Use Go Cougs at checkout.
C-Towns, we you know what I'm saying?
Got to drive traffic, son.
Man. Damn, Ryan. Get hip. Flexor? What is it? Fletcher?
Fletcher.
Fletcher.
Flexor. Star Pizza. You can't order it right now, but you can order online. Normal business hours at starpizza.net. If you're Brad, you go for the chef's special with all these things. We got to get rid of that banner. With the ricotta, the marinara, the cup and char, the pepperoni, and the link sausage on the fried dough. Star Pizza. Good people. Better food. I think that's what our boy Galen said.
Absolutely.
Okay, get that off. No. Get that shit.
Yo.
No.
I mean, if it's true to form, then it should be free.
Oh man, that is funny.
There are now 3 Facebook viewers. Thank you.
Shout out to y'all, man.
See, look, we start talking about pop culture. They just start rolling in.
You start talking about substantial and shit. It's just more viewers, man.
Clearly,
a family business. A family business.
Okay. This was a really bad day free throw wise. They were 3-7 when I wrote this note. I think they ended up 5-9 because Mercy made 2 at the end.
55% from the line.
Yeah, that's not
great.
It's
kind of like you get in a fight and you might got a black eye, but you won.
Yeah,
and you should see the other guy. Well, shit, we shot better than them. They shot 43.
3 of 7.
Yeah, not that was a goal, but I mean, shit. At least we won in that category against our opponent tonight.
Yeah. U of H was 5 of 6 from the line without Jawan. Jawan was 0 of 3. Not his favorite game.
It was mentioned a couple of times in the broadcast, but something's weird. Something really, really weird's going on is that we are literally one of the best 3-point shooting teams in the country.
I don't think you can question that.
I mean,
very subtly. It's very subtle though. It doesn't really like stand out. It doesn't really scream at you.
Yeah, I mean, because we don't. That's not. I mean, it's not like we're BYU, and the only thing we're going to do is
hoist threes,
puke threes from for 80% of our shots. But literally, has there ever been a team here at Houston that shot the ball this well?
No.
I mean, I think we're at like 41, 42% from three.
You were 41 going into today. You shot 42, so you're probably still at 41.
I mean, shooting that percent, 40 plus from three is kind of insane.
Ridiculous.
Right, but you've got to play the heart of the schedule and the conference tournament in NCAA before you. I mean,
I don't think there's been,
even up to this point, through what 13 games? Yeah, no, that's
14.
That's 14. That's even more reason. That's crazy.
I mean, I remember
that's crazy.
I'd feel pretty good if we shot 35% in a game, but now we're shooting on a bad night, shooting 42%.
And it's like every guard has the green light to shoot it, and more times than not, when that ball goes up, we all think it's going in. So that's a telltale sign of a good shooting team. Plus, you got E-Man shooting 90% from three. It's like, fuck, you can't leave that kid open. That is ridiculous.
Is he going to have a better percentage from three than Jawan does from the free throw line?
Yes.
Come on, bro. Why was that answer so immediate? Like you didn't even let the answer build up.
Because we're gonna clip certain things and push it out to social media and tag Jawan, and that's one of them. So
he's just looking for ways to troll Jawan.
Yeah, that's really all it is. Jamie says he's back on Facebook with the Facebook people. Cauliflower pizza from Star Pizza tonight. That's that keto that I was talking about that y'all couldn't understand.
I gotta find out. Does it actually taste like cauliflower? Or does it end up?
Probably don't.
Because I can't stand the taste of cauliflower.
Cauliflower, they can make it to pizza. They can make it chicken. It's like they can do a cauliflower versatile as hell.
I might have to look into that.
Burger patty, cauliflower and shit.
See, I like all kinds of food except for vegetables. Who knew?
I was waiting on Ryan to say something about
Didn't
that.
say a word.
He knows. I don't think he's ever seen me eat a vegetable other than corn.
Only on a pizza.
Only on a pizza. That's all I'm about to say.
And only at the buffet where he doesn't have to commit to vegetables. He can just sample. Yeah.
That's funny, man. That is funny.
All right. So let's talk about something. So I came to practice yesterday. Game, Saturday, show. Came to practice. Sat around for a while they practiced. And then we came out. Kelvin's talking to Fran. And he kind of looks at me. I'm like, uh-oh. And he comes over. And he's like, he points at my shirt. I'm like, he's like, Waffle House? I'm like, yeah. He's like, you like Waffle House? I'm like, yeah. And so then for the next minute, he just decided to tell us about his order.
I'm on the road recruiting. The first thing when I walk in, if nobody looks your way, you're in a good place. I go get one of those back boosts, and I get the pork chops with the I don't like smothered hash browns. I like ketchup on hash browns, not gravy. And 2 eggs over medium, toast, and reading material. I'm good to go, especially if I got a couple hours in between games.
Never had the pork chops.
Thin,
Very
but
thin.
tasty.
Yeah.
Thin but tasty.
The kicker that played for your bench this last 2 years told me skip the toast, go to the biscuit. The biscuit is out of this world. I tried it.
Good. I remember that. Never tried the biscuit. I always had the toast.
Thin, but tasty.
Thin.
It's all like giving an infomercial.
Yeah, we're just doing ads for everybody now. Frenchie's, Star Pizza, Waffle House, we got it all. If you watch our behind the scenes video we put up this morning, you saw at the end as Kelvin walked off, he just said Waffle House, and it was in the early video, the intro video. It was random, but he got into it. Got to talk some Waffle House. After that, Jeff Conrad came up to me and said, by the way, there's a story that the American Conference had a big get together about social media, and they flew a whole bunch of people out, and they were putting different people's tweets on the screen. And they put one on the screen that said, Waffle House is legit, or Waffle House is a place to go. And Galen starts laughing. Galen was one of the guys they flew out. And Galen knew this was my tweet.
I absolutely
Am I wrong?
did.
Yeah.
Not at all, brother. Not at all.
And so I went and looked at your Twitter account. And there for about a year, you were tweeting about Waffle House like once a month.
Hey,
You
Ryan,
got a little bit of an addiction.
That wasn't even. It was the only thing I could afford. But that didn't even reflect the amount of times we went. Like talking about the team, the entire after parties, after games, we hitting Waffle House, the one that's on College Ave.
College and 45.
Man,
right?
I'm talking. Man, I damn near I could walk in, but let me get the huge. Like that's how much I was going. Like it was crazy. But the eats, it was always good, man. Always good. Good times. God damn, that's just took me back, Ryan.
There's a
Great times, man.
Dairy Queen right next to that Waffle House, and if you plan it right, you can have a good day. No vegetables there, Brad.
What? And I know what's a Dairy Queen. I mean, you've seen me. You know
Yeah.
I know.
When Brad goes to Dairy Queen, he says the huge, and they understand. They get it.
They have to put like 14 Hunger Busters together, and the best thing is their country basket is fantastic. Steak fingers, gravy, and then douse your toast with that. Fantastic.
You know what's funny? I've never gotten the food at Dairy Queen. It was always something involving ice cream.
Yeah. Dilly bar.
They have the Belt Buster. You should try that. You come back here and we're gonna take you to Dairy Queen.
See, there was a place God, years ago, whenever I lived in an apartment over near Garden Oaks, there was a place called, it used to be a Dairy Queen, but Dairy Queen
Dairyland.
No, Queen Dairy.
Oh, that's right. I remember that.
Yep.
We had a Dairy Land when I lived 45 in North Main in the Heights adjacent. And I love that place. We have a commenter that has never been more wrong about something in his life. Thin but tasty, how Towns likes his women. Not how he likes his women.
Hey, man, I just like them existing.
Yeah.
We'll deal with the details later.
That's so funny.
Yeah.
I just thought of something my mama said. That's crazy.
Okay.
Existing. Just be there.
Cauliflower dough is awesome, like a thin crust.
We know Big Jack know.
It's different, but it was good. Really floppy. See, it looked crispy to me, but really floppy, he says.
Well, I'll eat it I just eat it with a fork.
Different.
I mean, it looks kind of crispy to me, but what do I know?
I'm gonna have to check it out.
Yeah, maybe.
I mean,
Brad,
as long as
damn well you ain't gonna check it out.
I will, because if I can
Okay.
eat that and help me on the low carb kick, you know what? That could be Star Pizza every day and call it a diet. See, the best thing when I've done keto a couple of times, the best thing about it is the
Keto.
Or keto, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, one of the best thing about it is having that bulletproof coffee. When I can have like butter in my coffee, that was fantastic.
Towns, I respect you.
But no one's ever said that before.
Don't lose it. There's some butter and some coffee.
It's true, man. Butter and then some cream. It's fantastic.
That was a fad for like 5 minutes.
So what were y'all's New Year's resolutions?
To not
Didn't
die.
we talk about this? Yeah.
I wasn't on the show.
We talked about
I
it
couldn't have been.
before New Year's.
Okay.
I usually don't make any because I'll break them. I'll break them intentionally just because, it's like cops telling me not to do something. I'll do it.
Valid.
Okay. I decided I'm going to watch less G League games this year. And so far I'm at 0. I'm doing good.
That's a great resolution.
Yeah.
What's yours?
Mine, hey man, it's just a Star Pizza. Get more Star Pizza. Get your cauliflower pizza. God damn it. No, I'm playing. But
Did you say college flour?
No, cauliflower.
Oh, okay.
I have my aligners, man. But I would say
that's what that is.
Just be kinder, I guess.
Okay.
I've got to get here's one for you, and we can all live by this. I'm going to live like the immortal Tracy Jordan. And I'm going to live every week like it's Shark.
Like Shark Week. Yeah. See, there's a pop reference I know. Everything I know is 20 years old though, so
that rock.
Go figure. We have some don't die. That is accurate. We have gotten away from the basketball, but that's fine.
Yeah.
Willie Fritz was here tonight. I saw Zach Etheridge and Joshua Christian Young, two defensive assistants. You got a couple of big commitments this week. A defensive lineman and a running back from Rice via Riverside Community College via a high school in Hawaii, who catches the ball really well out of the backfield. That's a spot. That's something you need. Guys that can catch the ball out of the backfield. That running back room is kind of chunky right now. There's a lot of guys back there.
When a guy like that could also fit in at like H-back, slot receiver.
Yeah.
You could do a lot of things with a guy like that.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if you're running 12 personnel almost nonstop like you did last year, there's a spot. And so
I tell you what, man, it was unfortunate to see the defections that we had this year. But I think just on paper, we've made up for it, especially on the D line.
I think you've upgraded 100%. I think this is a better team on paper than what you had last year, for sure. You don't love losing Jonah Wilson and Joseph Manjack, but I think overall you're better. And suck it, Manjack. U of H takes TCU down. So, sorry, I've got Hershey's Kisses. I bought Hershey's Kisses in Stillwater when we were there last week, and the bag broke, and they just went all over the bottom of my bag, and I forgot about them, and I just realized I had them.
See, you got he's doing like most people in that you've got your New Year's diet coming up, and you realize, oh man, I still got shit left over. I'm gonna have to eat it all. Well, let's push it another week. I'm gonna eat it all this week.
Nipples up. Nipples up. C.J. Douglas, safety from Samford, excuse me. And you got Amari Thomas from UAB. You're doing well out of Alabama in this transfer portal class. And then you brought in a couple of guys, high school wise, from Alabama last year. Zach Etheridge is doing work with his Alabama ties. Sorry, Galen, that we've uninvited you for a little bit here, but
No, it's some tough kids that come out of Alabama. That is for sure.
sure. Oh, that's right. You're an Alabama guy now. I forgot. There was one comment that I wanted to. Oh, my man, ketchup hash brown slap. This was the thing when Kelvin said that. I was like, because people do all kind of things with the hash browns, and he just focuses. I'm like him. I can put maybe some onion on it, maybe a cheese, but then I'm putting that ketchup on top.
Damn.
I
potatoes.
love Coach, and 99% of the time I'm going to agree with him. Now I'll say, oh, sure, yeah, but I would never do that because.
Okay, would you put Gatorade in water, or would you put Gatorade in ice, since they're essentially the same thing?
I wouldn't do either. I just drink the Gatorade. I'll drink it hot.
I'm talking about. We know you, Towns, but I'm talking about you, Ryan. It's like they're different forms, so it's like you can't eat them as if what I'm saying. Like,
well, I'm not.
Some nice seasoning, on them hash browns
on mashed potatoes.
But they're potatoes.
I understand. I'm agreeing with you, but you're still a fucking idiot. No, I like hash browns. I think it's pretty. No, mayonnaise is disgusting.
Mayonnaise is awesome, fantastic.
I was at Costco 2 weeks ago, and they basically have barrel-sized mayonnaise now, and I could just see you dipping yourself down in that, you fat fuck.
Stick my arm in it.
Yeah, just stick your.
Come out with a scoop.
So nasty. I hate what has happened to this show.
Take it like Joy Taylor.
Fuck all y'all. We're going to do a decent American show. We are not doing this stuff right here. So we're just going to do our own show. They don't need them. They can all go to hell. Ryan, are you going to Colorado? Yes, I am. I am going to Colorado. Talked to somebody about this earlier. Star Pizza. See, we're going to carry this show. We don't need them. We're going to carry this, me and you. Our viewer count has just gone up a little bit. Back down to 2 people on Facebook, but that's okay. All right, jackasses, you've served your time out.
Oh man, I love this show, man. Shout out to GoCougs.com. One of a kind.
GoCougs.com.
Read that,
One
Ryan.
of a kind.
I took my glasses off. You guys are must listen, watch after every game. I never miss the opportunity to listen. You're U of H's version of Inside the NBA. Thank you. That is a really great compliment, and I appreciate that.
I'm Kenny Smith.
Yeah, guess which one Brad is?
He's Shuck.
Yeah.
Or Shaq.
No, Shaq. Shaq's an LSU guy, so I'm going to take that one.
Don't get me started on the San Antonio women.
Hey man, they're beautiful
and tasty.
Beautiful. See, I hear what Chuck is saying. He spent more time there, but the time that I've spent there, I've seen some things that clash with the big old San Antonio women, because the ones I remember were different. I mean, and also seeing nice looking Latino women, it's not anything new being here in Houston my formative years on. I'm used to that. Not exotic. Just part of life.
Y'all need an Ernie. We had one. His name is Starnes, but he's no longer here. Thanks, Ernie. This is going to be okay. So I read this. This is going to be the new Around the Horn since ESPN canceled it. I didn't have my glasses on. I read it. I thought it said Around the Ham, and I was
That
going
would
to say,
work
"Oh
for
shit,
us.
Brad's
more
going to
fitting.
host." Yeah. I mean, it's just there's no better way to say it. Let's just go ahead back to those days.
Stats by Starnes.
Well, I guess here's a good time to tell y'all that Starnes is actually coming back for one show. He'll be here for Kansas State Saturday. He's doing this. You're not going to be here, Galen.
Damn.
You have a game at the exact same time, I believe. So, you could call in sick, I guess, and then do the show with us. But Starnes is going to be here for the Kansas State game Saturday. We're bringing him back for this one time. And I'm pretty excited about it. I can't wait to have our favorite Muppet on.
Damn.
Ryan, are you going to West Virginia? Yes, I'm going to every road game except UCF because I hate Disney. And if you need to know about that, we did that last game. Here's a basketball question. We're getting back to this. I hate to do it. Do you guys think Sharp should be the closer over LJ? I think there are certain situations where LJ is going to be that guy and some where Emmanuel's going to be that guy. I don't think either is a bad option on paper. Me, I would probably lean to Emmanuel. But if you said it's LJ, okay, that's fine. I don't think there's a right or wrong answer.
I feel like it's whoever may have it going, let alone with
who's got the hot hand.
And you never know who might have a matchup that
who
may
they
be
think
favorable.
They can get loose too.
Yeah, exactly. So it all depends, but good problem to have.
If you're thinking of this, it's coming out of a timeout. Kelvin may be the top guy in the country drawing up plays out of a timeout. So you're going to figure that he knows who he needs. Yeah. And I mean, I feel pretty confident that that's a problem he's thought a lot more about than I have. And so
I do think the one thing, LJ, the one edge that he may have on E-Man is he's a bit better of a passer. That's an area of his game that's grown this year. He's making that quick pocket pass, whereas last year he really didn't do that. So he might be more of a threat to do multiple things in that position. But, you can't go wrong with either guy because, they both can make shots at a very, very high clip. And if they get fouled, you can count them too.
Yeah. I mean, Emmanuel's at 92%, I believe, and LJ's, I think, over 80%.
Yeah.
So yeah, you got to feel comfortable with either of those options. All right, let's okay, I don't know why we would go into that. You could load manage and do the show. I don't.
Hello, fucking hell.
I mean, with those tasty women.
Load management.
Yeah.
Softer than shit, son.
Yeah. Softer than shit. So you're going to be doing, you're making an order tonight.
Absolutely.
That's not the final order, right?
It's the final for this little period, and then.
Okay. Yeah. And make sure, put me in for two of those black ones you got there, a couple of larges. Show them the Houston Strong.
Towns, I got your unique size that has been requested.
My elephant one?
Yes.
Hey, man.
The Astrodome roof has been ordered.
Sorry, Tropicana Field, you're out of luck. It's mine.
Oh, man.
Yeah, that's why that hasn't happened yet.
Nah, you know
So
it's crazy though, Ryan. You telling me that it was so many people that was wearing the gear. That is like crazy because during the
I have never seen more people, and it's because it became sweatshirt weather. Uh,
yeah,
ton, ton of
yeah,
people in the concourses, in the stands, even employees. There were cameramen
yeah,
on the court that I said I thought Galen knew the guy's name. It turns out, anyways. Go
yeah.
ahead.
That was crazy. But it's like even during the game, like I can see people like when the camera's at certain angles, like they're wearing. I'm just like, damn, that is pretty fucking cool. Like
That's
very much
your
so.
shit. That is you.
That's that's my shit. My shit.
See what we're gonna have to do,
Uh-oh, here
Ryan.
we go.
Exactly.
OneSubstantial.com. Go Cougs at checkout for a discount. Tap in with your boy. With the satin lined hood, you know, just to protect
See,
your
that's what
nice hair.
I'm
You know
looking
what I'm
at.
saying?
That
Just
looks nice.
protect your nice hair, man. You know, take care of yourself. Do yourself a favor. Get with the in crowd. Get with the trend. Absolutely.
When I got my Houston versus everybody in the baby blue, the light blue, the Houston blue, I was surprised how much I liked that satin. Because I wasn't thinking about it, but I was like, oh shit, this is nice. And you know, all right, we can do this.
I appreciate that, Ryan.
At the West Virginia game, everybody with their one substantial gear. Find Ryan and get some pictures.
That's what we should do. Is I'll just walk around and bother people. But then we can show him to Galen, and he can
get some shots, you know,
do
for
whatever he does.
Galen for the mailer.
You know what I'm saying?
The
Yeah.
mailer.
Yeah. Fuck with your boy. Fuck with us.
Exactly.
GoCougs.com. This is Cats. Your boy Towns. Your boy G. Your boy. What they call them, Towns? What they is they don't call him by Ryan. They call him what? Roy?
Roy.
My boy Roy, right there, man.
Find
Yeah,
Roy.
fuck with Roy.
Find Roy at the concourse, walking around with corn dog in his pocket.
And a cougar tail.
Got
Yeah,
a Frenchie's
Roy.
drumstick on a chain around his neck, so he doesn't drop it.
I just told y'all about being at Costco the other day, and
Your bucket of
somebody
mayo.
was yelling, Roy! And I was like, God damn it, are they talking about me?
Oh man, gotta love it. Gotta love it, man. Hey
Galen,
Ryan,
good question here. Before you ask whatever you're going to say, 5-star work ethic. We all want this. People are wanting to put money in your pocket. Cash American money. 5-star work. It's your saying. You said it. Just a thought. Just putting that in your head again.
You gotta
shall
come
see
up
it.
with style though.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying. Yeah, it takes a minute for my genius brand, my genius brain. See, I'm not a
Exactly.
genius. Fuck it, I blew that.
Wait. It takes a genius to put Houston strong and then ship it.
Exactly.
Okay, just checking. I don't
Hey
understand
man, you can't
this
rush
level of
perfection,
genius.
son.
You didn't figure it out before I did.
Exactly. Boom.
Got him.
Well, I mean, it was done at 2017. Harvey.
I know.
What were you gonna say? Go ahead.
Me?
Can't remember. Yeah.
Oh shit! I ain't got shit to say.
Okay.
Go Cougs.
Although you said not to worry about the scoring drought, how do you think they will do against Iowa State and Kansas? They have time. I think the Iowa State is just a really terrible matchup. Kansas, I think, is a much better matchup, even though they have elite athletes. But Iowa State is just going to be a difficult matchup as long as TJ is there and Kelvin is here. It's just going to be a war. And I mean, Iowa State's in the top 5 in the country, if I'm correct, right? They're number 3 or 4. They're right at that same level as Auburn. And there is hard a matchup for U of H.
What are they gonna do about our scoring runs?
Yeah.
Same thing. I mean,
it's like our runs are so they stand out. They're very loud, and it's like whenever we might not score for 3 or 4 possessions, that is just as loud. So it's just like, would they not consider it a drought if we scored one, missed one, scored one, missed? It's like if it was more so that pattern.
Yeah. Like tonight, they were within 3. J1 hits a runner. Then all of a sudden, J1 hits a runner.
Balloons
next possession,
to double digits.
Next possession, hit a 3. E-Man hit a 3. Next possession, E-Man hits another 3, and that's all within a minute. And then boom, the game's blown open.
I think they said it was like 45 seconds, if I'm not mistaken. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah,
just that quick.
With the lead of 3, people are butt puckered and cursing and, oh my God, I can't believe this. What about our runs? Then bam, bam, bam. Okay, game's over.
And Emmanuel did the same thing against BYU. He picked up his 3rd foul and hit 2 back-to-back shots like bam, bam, like that.
But we did the same. We did the same thing
game
last year. We did the same thing.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just part of it. I mean, that's just
the one that I remember the most is in Austin. Is you were down 5 or 6, and you hit 3 consecutive threes. I think Emmanuel hit 2 of them. Jamal hit 1. And you turn the deficit into a lead, and then you take it overtime and win it there. This team can go on runs, and they're going to have droughts. My issue,
of course,
is the end of the game situations where you're not scoring. Now, you're leading all those games except for Auburn and Alabama. But that is a concern. But then you're also using guys pretty deep down the bench. So, I mean, there may be some issues, but at this point, what are you, 11-3? And you're 12th in the nation, and your numbers are good.
Great.
Everything you're going to be, how you're going to be judged at the end of this season by the tournament committee is going to be what you do from here on out, not what you've done to this point. So everything's still ahead of you. And I get it. There's some scoring issues at times. It's a really good team, and they are turning the corner at the right time and starting to get good. You're going to get Ramon back in 2 weeks, I believe. And I mean, you've got some depth there and some versatility, and then you've got elite shooting from a couple guys. If you can keep that tempo going the right way, that pace, this could be a pretty good year. I mean, it could be an elite year.
And even with our droughts, I mean, it stands out to us because we want perfection and we live and die with every single possession, meaning that if we score, that means we're going to win the national title. If we miss, that means we're not even going to make the tournament.
Got to rebuild. Yeah.
But other teams do the exact same thing. Iowa State will miss 7 straight. Kansas, well, hell, they'll lose it. They'll lose at home.
I mean, and then have to go put that fake 99 up at UCF. This is like UT losing the football game and then going scoring 75 on Louisiana Monroe. Okay, we get it. Cool.
But I mean, we don't notice it from other teams because we don't watch other teams with the
every
same
possession. Yeah.
Yeah, we don't live and die with every possession with other teams. It's not uncommon. It's pretty much standard even across the best teams. That's just the way it is. You know, like Galen said, you know, if you shoot 40%, does it matter when you hit that 40%?
Shit. Let alone 40% winning by 19, 20, man, what did they shoot? We're just trying to beat them. We're trying to go 1-0.
I think they were 3 of 18 from 3. Which I'm going to say that's probably not what you want. Yeah, they were 3 of 18.
Like, well, I wrote that down. That's 17%, and their average is 34. So
you know,
what if they got their average? It would have been a much different game.
One of the funniest things last year, reading online, like on Reddit and on Twitter, people talking about U of H's 3-point defense, and in the out of conference season, everybody's like, well, yeah, you're just lucky. You're just lucky. And, we tried to argue that we shut down the 3-point shot every single year. We're usually top in the country in 3-point percentage given up, lowest.
Who was that?
And
That was
we are.
Kansas fans, if I remember.
Yeah, and here we are. Here we are back again. Nobody shoots from the three well. The only team that I remember ever shooting well from three, other than Kansas last year,
Kansas at Kansas,
was Arizona. Or not Arizona, Villanova.
Right. And I mean, that was a 48-45 game, I believe.
Well, and they also needed us to go like 0 for 21.
Oh, yeah.
Poor Kyler.
Jamie pointed out in the scout, and this TCU team, very good in transition, very good fast break. U of H beat them 13-5 in fast break points. I think they were averaging 15. So that's pretty good. You're taking away what teams want to do.
Strengths. You're taking away,
And
take away team strengths.
I mean, I think that's the real thing this program prides itself on is, oh, you like to do that? You're not going to do that against us. And if you find another way to beat us, okay, but you're not going to beat us that way. So
here you go, Galen. Question: will Sharp be back next year?
Yes. We don't need Galen. Yes.
I mean, we were talking about this as a team earlier, like just about like the whole NIL landscape is like guys are gonna be staying in college longer. Like draft picks probably gonna be, is gonna become more older guys. So yeah, unless something crazy happens. Not that he's not a good player, but he'll like the security. Like, yeah, you'll probably be back, and you'll probably get a nice.
Because I saw. I forgot where I saw it, but it was like
VCU.
Yeah, VCU talking like what?
Oh my fucking god!
$500,000.
And I think it was like $350.
I don't think it's that much. Yeah, it's going to be
like,
2 to
okay,
350.
So if you're going to just clock 350. Are you going to leave and hope you get called into camp in the NBA and maybe go spend time in Europe or the?
You know what's crazy though? Well, let's say that's the case for Emmanuel. If whatever NBA doesn't work, was he not born in Israel?
Oh yeah.
He could. That's a cheat code. He's gonna be good. He's gonna be good, very good.
Oh, and at the biggest clubs,
the teams, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, that's where his dad played.
Yeah, exactly. Like good. That's a shout out to his pops.
But I mean, you now have, and you know it better than anybody. I mean, how much more attractive, and that's just VCU paying. That's not compared to. I mean, I know that we'd be able to do a lot more than that. So you're going to talk about real upper 6 figures, 7 figures for a guy staying in school. Don't you think? Do you have to be, unless you really just hate being in school? Don't you have to be pretty much locked in as a first rounder, or
you have to be a first rounder? You have to have a guaranteed contract. Second rounder, there's no guarantees. And that NIL
I would
guarantee,
even say I'd say lottery. You have to be a guaranteed lottery because first round they can draft some guy from Europe that fuck up the whole draft.
Mm-hmm.
Not everybody just, if you're not a bona fide lottery pick, it's not as much
lucrative,
security.
not as much security. Yeah. Okay.
Like
I think Emmanuel's going to be back.
Those first round guys, that a lot of money, but it's just like if there's no security, shit, you're in college, you're making a lot of money too.
Mm-hmm. And then you can go make you can still make
then
that
you could,
NBA money the next year,
and you can leave whatever school you can. They said coaches say this is the first time we've ever had to recruit our own players back. It was like, that is crazy. You got to recruit your own guys after the year. That's pushing these old folks out of business.
Mm-hmm.
Jim Larinaga, Final Four team, 8 guys trans. It's like I love it here, but
F that guy. Screw
crazy.
him.
But I'm just saying though, like that's just the landscape of where we're at now. Like that is
It's
insane.
different.
It is. I do find it funny that the old guard are chucking deuces right now, while also at the same time hate the fact that they hate the style of the way NIL is. But my thought is that the only reason why y'all hate it is because now everybody can do it. Before there's about maybe 10, 15 schools that could actually pay. Now everybody can.
That's how a kid.
Because Arizona could do it, Kansas could do it, LSU got their hand slapped, but Duke and North Carolina, all those teams have been doing it for 30 fucking years, and then all of a sudden now that everybody could do it, look at all the old dudes quitting.
Shout out Nick Saban, but that's how a kid like AJ DeBensa or the kid who committed to BYU.
Yeah,
a kid like that going to BYU.
Mm-hmm. There ain't no way he'd be able to go there because Nike or Adidas wouldn't allow it.
Yeah. So, anyways, Mario, our photographer, says LJ was hard at the end of the game.
Hey, I'll take your word for it.
He was tired sitting on the bench at the end of the game. He didn't run into the stands, so he was sick. He had a stomach bug. Cordell Jefferson also had that bug. He did not show up for the game. Mike Pittman from Star Pizza texted me to tell me that in the first half, and I was like, "Oh, I didn't notice," but he was not out there. But just he'll be fine. It happens. Obviously, did not eat at Frenchie's or Star Pizza or Waffle House or Dairy Queen for Towns.
What probably made him feel better though? Going to the back, putting on this Juice and Strong hoodie, just like just shit feels all right now.
What's the post game? What do y'all do post game as far as treatment goes? Do you y'all go do a cool down or anything like that?
Nah, you get what you need, but a lot of times the game days be so long, you just ready to get the fuck up out of there. So you probably do that the following day, but you can definitely get treatment if you need, but usually, guys don't.
There you go. I will play this back and take a screenshot of Ryan's Roy face. All right.
What is your Roy face? Is that like the O face?
Well, now I can't open my mouth because I do not want that to be.
Oh.
No, I don't want that.
There you
go. It's some football comments. I don't know. Who's your starting point guard next season? Milos Uzan or Kingston Flemings?
Milos Uzan.
I am a Kingston Flemings super fan, but Milos Uzan is your point guard. Period. You don't start freshman point guards normally, unless you have to. And, I mean,
good one.
But that's a good problem to have. Kingston is not coming here with the mentality of I'm going to show out real quick and then jump. You don't come here for that. Jarris Walker is the exception, not the rule. And so I think you'll have Milos as the starter. Now Kingston's going to get minutes, and he's probably going to play more as the season goes on. But your guy is going to be Milos.
You want to get the best out there, but what you don't want to do is you don't want to put a young guy in a situation that's going to stunt his growth. You want to ease him in. And now, I mean, now that we will have the luxury of having an experienced point guard in place, then we can get back to our normal growth transition and get him up to speed without the pressure of saying, "Hey, look, this is on your shoulders. You got to learn it right now. Here's a fire hose. Try to drink from it." It will be the luxury of being able to mold and shape a young guy and keep his head on straight, because there's going to be times when you're a player like that, you've always known success. Failure has been rare. And now you're going to be playing against guys as big, strong, fast, bigger, stronger, faster, better, and have that extra moxie that they know the game within the game. So you're going to have to take some L's, and you're going to have to learn to bounce back from those L's without it messing you up mentally. That's a hard thing. When all the alpha dogs get together, yeah. Sometimes one of them will get bit, and all of a sudden they realize, hey, I don't like getting bit. I'm not going to do that again. And other ones are like, okay, I know what I got to do. I'm just going to keep coming at it. And they're going to get bit, and then they'll keep coming, and then they'll keep coming.
Galen, you're in New York City? Queens?
Yeah.
He gotta look. He's gotta look at
I don't know what.
It's fucking it's Long Island, and we play the Long Island Nets.
Yeah, you're playing at the Long Island, the Nassau Coliseum.
Dang, that's old timey.
Which is, that is legit.
They're probably still letting people smoke in there.
I think you're required to. There used to be a haze that would be
That's what it said,
you couldn't
required to. That's crazy.
When Brad and I were kids, we were
four scores.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
The WWF, which is WWE now, would advertise all the places they were going, and they would always be going to the Nassau Coliseum. And I heard that 1,000 times growing up, and that's a really cool old school place to play. So you came from Maine.
Yeah.
You lost at Maine.
Yeah.
And then you get Long Island, and then you go home. You play Saturday at 6, and that's exactly U of H plays at 5.
I never thought whenever I first got to Birmingham that I'd be in New York saying that, damn, I can't wait to get back to Birmingham. It's crazy how shit changes.
Yeah, when you have to look at the door to see where you're at, probably not
shit,
having all
look
the
at
fun.
The door, you seeing snow, and I'm like, wow, I'm slipping on ice and shit. I'm like, what is going on?
What is this stuff?
I'm like, man, I almost broke my fucking ankle walking out there. Like, man, no, this is crazy. I'm not cut off for this. When I was in Maine, it was like 16 feels like 3. I said, yeah, let me.
That's not my favorite.
I got to get back to my roots. This is not it.
Hey, Galen, read this comment for us.
God damn it, Towns. Son, you're softer than shit. Man.
Yeah. All right, let's wrap this up. It's midnight, and I want to go home. It's 1 a.m. for Galen.
Oh, man.
Hope you got an early shoot around.
It is early. We got to get up early for breakfast, but 10 a.m., that ain't too bad. But I'm saying, breakfast is like 8, though. You know
oh, no. I'll have been up for 4 hours by then.
Some of us sleep normal hours, Ryan. That shit does exist. Yeah.
All right, Brad, what you got? Final thoughts?
Good get right at halftime. Glad to see it turn around real quick. Don't do that no more, but hey, it's part of it. Part of a team growing and learning. So on to the next one.
There you go. Galen.
Shit. Stay healthy. Stay Houston. On to the next one.
Boy, y'all are really killing it here.
I mean,
We're wrapping it up.
It's like, yeah, wrapping it, but it's just like everybody's gonna have something to say. They hated Jesus. It's gonna always be a problem with how you do something. So,
Where did that come from?
I'm just saying, it's like people just don't be liking shit
Hey,
for whatever
man, let
reason.
the man
Like,
preach,
yeah,
son.
You got a problem. People got a problem with everything, man. So fuck whatever fuck what everybody say. Just keep going 1-0 every time you step on the floor. That's it.
Okay. So people that hate scoring droughts are just like the people that hated Jesus. Got it.
I'm saying that top 12 in the nation, we're a perennial power, like we're a perennial program. Is like you won by 20. What is there to complain about?
Yeah. I feel like too many people get stomach bugs in this program, and that really needs to be looked at. This can't keep this up. You're 18-3 in regular season Big 12 games. It's hard to get pissed off about that. You lost at a very good Iowa State team. You lost at the time was a pretty good Kansas. What the fuck is happening, Brad?
Cold.
Brad got on a Snuggie.
I wish I had a Snuggie.
Oh, that would be quite snug. Galen's in a giggly mood tonight. I like it.
Oh man, no, Ryan, you funny. Hey, Ryan, you funny as shit. I appreciate your dry humor.
Thank you, Galen. I appreciate
Truly an
that.
art form.
Yeah,
truly. Oh man,
you're 18-3 in the Big 12. You're 53-3 in conference play in this building, which is an insane stat. Nobody does that.
We just have droughts.
But yeah, at UCF that first year, I mean, I came down here for college game day and then went to Minute Maid for, I think you played Texas, and then came back here for your game and you screwed it all up. Taco Fall played in that game. I love Taco Fall.
I love tacos.
Yeah, notice. But anyways, I think this team is turning a corner, and this is a game when you got what was it down to 3-point lead, 2-point lead,
3.
That could have gone the wrong way.
Then bang, 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 put them on a scoring drought.
And there was a lot of scoring droughts in this game. While you had a 2 or 3 or 4 minute scoring drought, they had the same thing. We have the stats, the online stats that show us those, and it's like U of H had a 3.5, TCU had a 4 minute, and but it's okay, it's fine. The good thing about this program is that they don't run away from the issues; they go tackle them. And Kelvin is not gonna, have a lazy day tomorrow and not think about this, and they're gonna go right back to it, and you'll be fine. I think it's gonna work out for you. I think this team is really talented, and I think they can compete with everybody in the country. There are certain teams that they do not match up great with. Iowa State and Auburn are 2 of them. Well, you're going to see those. You're going to see Iowa State 2 more times, or 1 time in the regular season, probably in the postseason, and that's okay. Brad looks like that guy that used to go on the news stations when they were live on the streets, run up to the camera and say, "I am not." What is wrong with you people today?
Good call. Yeah, I agree.
Oh man.
One substantial.
Here, I'll make
Go
it even more.
Cougs.com.
I'll make
God.
it even more lore accurate.
Oh, I thought you were taking it off. I was about to cut you off. Oh Lord. Speaking of January 6th.
Speaking of January, oh yeah, we ain't even going. You know what I'm saying, right? Yeah, if you don't get right, you're gonna get left, man.
You wish.
In. You know what I'm saying, ladies and gentlemen. It's another great cat show featuring the guys, my dogs. Take over, Ryan. Fuck, I don't know what to say.
Well, I was looking for my sunglasses. I was gonna make this, but I don't think I have them. I thought I had them in my bag.
You just got Hershey Kisses, man.
I do. I've got a lot of Hershey's, and thank God it's so cold. They're not, melting.
That would have been bad.
Yeah, I'd had to get a new bag.
You don't have a hoodie? Or do you just
Me?
Yeah.
Yeah, I got a hoodie, but I was looking for my sunglasses.
You don't pull it over like a fucking
Well-
garden gnome.
Boy, like an Assassin's Creed. Oh man.
Here's the apple. Take the apple from my hand.
The best show in America. It's right here, man. OneSubstantial.com. Go Cougs at checkout. You won't regret it.
Brad looks like a washed-up old Jedi Star Wars character, Obi-Wan Branomi. Yeah. All right. Thank y'all so much. This was fun. I thought we were going to do like 45 minutes and get out of here, and I'm glad we didn't, because this was a blast. We appreciate it. Thank you, Galen. Enjoy the Nassau Coliseum tomorrow. Brad, feel better.
I always feel good. Even when I feel bad, I feel good.
Well, you look like shit, so I just want to feel better.
Dude, that's just the way it goes.
Yeah. Tell me about it. Flying to Manhattan, Kansas on Friday morning. Got to go to Dallas to get to Manhattan. I will not be at the private jet drop-off area with Qantas, but I'll be at gate number 2. That'll be okay.
You could get grounded out of hobby.
Oh man, I would be perfectly fine with that. I mean, I want to go to Bramlage. I want to see this place. I think it's going to be an awesome experience. Stillwater was not. The crowd was not into it. Wasn't great. I think Kansas State is going to be insane. So very much looking forward to that. GoCougs.com. We'll have stuff all week. Brad will have a story up in like 30 minutes.
Probably
breaking
not.
this game down. Yeah. And so, here we go. So thank you all for watching so much. Appreciate all of you. 450 plus the one person left on Facebook. Shout out Jamie. Know it's you. And thanks for watching, guys. We'll see y'all next time.